Every change starts with tension. Something isn't working anymore, even if it used to. Let's go back to that retail example from the previous clip. 6 months after their new content platform went live, leadership was frustrated. We invested in modern technology, they said. So why isn't anyone faster? When we dug deeper, the answer was simple. The system wasn't the bottleneck. The process was. Content still had to flow through 5 approval layers, each owned by a different team. So the fancy new stack didn't fix the old inefficiencies, it just inherited them. That's the moment when real change begins. When you stop blaming tools and start re-examining the system. Change happens when the current reality becomes unacceptable. Sometimes that realization comes from the top. A CEO sets a bold new direction. Sometimes it comes from the ground, a designer, a developer, or a marketer who's tired of fighting the same friction week after week. But in every case, the spark of change is the same. A gap between the outcomes we want and the results we're getting. I call this gap the change trigger. Here are a few you see all the time. A company that's growing faster than its processes can handle, or a legacy system that becomes a liability, and a brand trying to move from local to global operations, or a team that's losing top talent because the way they work feels like quicksand. Each of those scenarios starts the same internal conversation. If we keep doing what we're doing, what happens next? And that's where your story begins. Because change doesn't sell itself. People need a narrative to follow. I like to craft that narrative using a simple framework. I call it the outcome line. It goes like this. We're changing because the current reality is blocking a desired outcome, and doing nothing will cost us whatever the cost of the delay is. It's short, it's clear, and it gives people something to rally behind. Let me give you an example. Imagine a financial services company where launching a new product takes 8 weeks. By the time the campaign goes live, competitors have already moved on. Their outcome line might sound like this. We're changing because our 8-week launch cycle is blocking our ability to respond to market trends. If we don't fix it, we'll continue to lose market share to our competitors. Or a healthcare organization where compliance reviews are manual and error-prone. Their version might be, we're changing because our manual review process creates risk. We need a system that keeps us compliant without slowing us down. See how both examples name the pain and then connect it directly to the outcome. That's the story people buy into, not the platform, not the buzzwords, the outcome. Because here's the thing, people don't get excited about change for its own sake. They get excited about progress. They want to know how this will make their work better, their team stronger, or their customers happier. That's the emotional core of change management. Aligning people around a shared reason to move. If we skip that story and go straight to, here's the new tool, we lose half the room before we even start. So, before you launch your next initiative, pause and ask, what's the current reality that's no longer acceptable? What's the outcome we're chasing? What's the cost if we stay the same? Once you can tell that story clearly, the rest of the plan starts to make sense. And that's where we're headed next.